What's going on, boxing fans? Julian Williams with The Distance. I got another video for you guys today. This one is a matchup I've been analyzing for at least a month now. This is Edwin Valero versus Antonio Demarco for the WBC Lightweight Championship. It takes place in Mexico. It's going to be airing on Showtime next Saturday. So be sure to tune into it. This is a really good matchup, very intriguing because Antonio Demarco is getting better and better. His appearances have gone by and shown to be a very strong finisher. So in a matchup against Edwin Valero, there's a lot of questions that really need to be answered regarding how well can he take a punch, and can he take Edwin Valero into deep waters? Can he give Edwin Valero a lot of trouble? And Edwin Valero, of course, exciting fighter to watch. Has speed and power. And I think that the speed and the power have gotten him so far in his career. But there are some fundamental flaws in Edwin Valero as well as Antonio Demarco. Both of them have a lot of fundamental flaws that I think one can expose in this fight. But the thing is, who's going to expose the flaw? Which flaw will be exposed? Antonio Demarco, Antonio Demarco is about 5'11", tall, 72-inch reach, southpaw, just like Valero, who's a southpaw as well. In this fight, Antonio Demarco really has to kind of stay close. He has to fight big in this fight. Because Demarco, Demarco is kind of the type of fighter, he's very patient, and he waits for his opportunity. He keeps his hands up. He has the ability, to slip shots. He can slip a lot of wide shots, and and pretty much just work patiently to and then go for the kill when it's there. And Antonio Demarco, his footwork is pretty good, but he's still improving. He still has some little tweaks he needs to make in his game plan, in fights, and add to his repertoire. And Antonio Demarco in this fight really needs to fire off his southpaw jab. I think staying away. I actually think staying away from Valero, avoiding the shots. Pretty much just throwing the jab. Before one of Valero's shots gets in. Valero does throw a lot of wide hooks. Sometimes his chin, is straight in the air. So I think that when Valero throws one of his shots, Demarco could actually catch him, with a well placed straight right hand or a straight left. In the Alfaro fight, we saw Demarco have a very strong showing. In that fight, he had a very, very strong showing. We saw him, work patient. We saw him move around the ring, very well. But in the fight before that against Ejijo, we saw Ejijo basically outworking him. So in this matchup, he can't be too patient against Edwin Valero. He can't be too relaxed. He has to do some work as well. But see, one habit of Demarco is when he gets hit, he tends to start firing back. I really think in this fight he needs to just keep his distance from Valero. Being the taller, bigger fighter with the longer reach. His reach is about 3 inches. It's about 3 inches longer than Valero. But I think being the taller fighter with the bigger reach, I really think he needs to stay outside. He needs to keep his distance. He really wants to be mobile. He doesn't want Edwin Valero to kind of set his feet, and throw and start throwing. He wants to, continuously move. If he continuously moves, Valero won't have that target that knocks out everybody. So I really think that's what Demarco really needs to do. He needs to move. He needs to continuously move. He needs to fire off his jab. He needs to work. He needs to work patiently, but not too patiently. I think that another thing DeMarco really needs to do is he needs to I think the hidden clinch procedure, or whatever it's called, the hidden clinch needs to be utilized in this fight. I think he needs to hit Valero, and he needs to clinch him. He needs to, he really wants to offset, Valero's offense in this fight. And for Edwin Valero, I think Edwin Valero really needs to come out, and try to take out Antonio Demarco very early, because Demarco is the type of fighter that does, get stronger as the fight progresses. He does get stronger. He does kind of get used to the style involved, and he capitalizes on it. I think that Edwin Valero really needs to kind of just bomb out Antonio Demarco, and needs to knock him out early in this fight. I think Valero will more than likely be the first person in these exchanges. When there's an exchange, I think he will get off the harder shots. I think that because it's like this, judges don't really, when judges look at exchanges, they don't look at who throws the more shots or whatever. It's who lands the more effective shots, and who's the one that, it's kind of like who started it, who lands the most effective, and who ended it. And DeMarco's the type of fighter, when he gets hit, he starts to throw back. After he gets hit, he just can't. He doesn't really just take a shot. He takes a shot and then he starts hitting back. It's just like when you're on the playground, a kid hits you, and then you just hit him back, right? And then they give you a reason to hit him back. That's kind of what DeMarco's doing. He's looking for a reason to hit Valero back, or hit the opponent back. I think that Valero really needs to. I really think Valero needs to try to rough up DeMarco. I think if he roughs up DeMarco, I think it will make it a very different fight. If he does, if he just roughs him up, cuts out the ring, puts him on the ropes, stuff like that. But I really think Valero needs to, and as well, he really needs to test that chin, see if DeMarco can take shots, on the chin. But really, that's really what Valero can do in this fight. I think he also needs to shorten up his hooks. He does really need to tuck his chin, and but really, I personally think that the power and speed of Edwin Valero can cause a lot of problems for Antonio Demarco. If he doesn't take out Antonio Demarco in the early goings, I think Antonio Demarco will capitalize on the fact that Valero, I really don't think has been past round 8 or 9. I really don't think he's been past those rounds. So honestly, this is a hard fight to score. But I might be off by a long shot. I might be alone on this one. But something tells me that Edwin Valero is going to win this fight. Something tells me that he's going to win the fight by knockout early. But really, I really want to go with Antonio Demarco in this fight by a 12-round unanimous decision. I really think that Antonio Demarco has the boxing ability to actually has the size, has the boxing ability to actually give Edwin Valero a lot of trouble. But at the same time, something tells me that Valero can knock him out very early in the fight. Something tells me that, but I want to go with, you got kind of a pure brawler type slugger, and you have a boxer. So really me, I'm gonna go with, in this fight, I'm just gonna go with the boxer in this fight. I might be off by a long shot, but at least I tried here. But I'm gonna go with Antonio Demarco unanimous decision. I might be wrong, but hey, I tried. But anyway, that was Distance. Thanks for watching. Peace.